So what do we do with regret? Most of us kind of pack it up and put it in our back pocket, say, we walk around with it all day and say, I'm going to use it as motivation to, never not reach my goals again, that I'm going to use it as fuel for my fire to push me forward and never be caught in that position again. Most of the time, what we end up doing, though, is it turns into an altar that the enemy stands on and accuses us and reminds us of how inadequate we were. Rather than making us go forward, it kind of causes us to be stagnant because it really was something we were never meant to continue to dwell upon. Paul tells us in Philippians 3:13 that, he talks about regret there. He says, I can't tell you that I've attained everything. And, sometimes we just think about that in terms of, reaching our goals and things like that. But Paul's really expressing regret here. He says, because that word that he's using there to say, I have not attained, in actuality, it really gives more the sense of, I have not been able to use Christ's power in me yet fully to lay hold of my human mind and will in order to prompt and govern it. He's saying, I haven't come to the place where God's power in me overrides my human will. It governs me. And that's really a point of regret for him. He says, but what I am able to do is I'm able to forget what I have done or haven't done in the past. And when he says forget, he's basically saying, I don't give my energy to it anymore. And that's what we need to do with regret. Not give our energy to it, because what we have to remember is the next part of what Paul says is he says, I push forward to think about that which is ahead. Basically what he's saying is what actually fuels you to move forward is the hope in the future, not the regret of the past. And so for our shortfalls, for the things that we regret, we didn't do, didn't complete, we have God's promise of redemption and restoration in Joel 2:25. So just make sure that when those things start to speak, when regret is sitting in your back pocket, take it out, throw it away, don't give it any more energy, and stretch forward and let hope be the thing that fuels you. Hope in God's promises over your life. Hope in restoration and redemption, because that is the real promise that's speaking over you.